Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another review. Today, we're going to talk about season 2 of The Boys. This is one of my favorite TV shows from the last couple years. It's really good, and it picks up right after the ending of the first season, where the boys, after some really hardcore events, become fugitives. And before I keep talking, I'm going to warn you guys about spoilers. So I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers of the show, the second season. So if you haven't watched it, it's on Amazon Prime. I really recommend it. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about The Boys. So the world of The Boys is set in a universe where superheroes are real and they are basically movie characters and they're celebrities. So they're all controlled by this super corporation named Vought. And in this season, we get to see a little bit more about how the world inside the corporate landscape of Vought is, functions. How the superheroes, namely the Seven, which are basically the Avengers of that world, work. So, and also we follow the boys who are basically now criminals or wanted by the police. And they basically go into hiding, but they still continue with their plan to bring down the Seven and expose the horrible things they're doing, and they also succeed in some parts. So this season deals a lot more with the Compound V, which we saw in the first season, but this one has more focus on it. So there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of really heavy character development with both Homelander and Billy. So this season focuses more on the rivalry. And Homelander is he goes completely nuts in this one. Like, he is one of the most terrifying kind of villains in any TV show, and he doesn't look like that. He's basically has this image of like the perfect superhero, protector of the world, protector of the United States. But secretly, once you start like getting into the show, you realize like he's actually a psychopath. And the way they, handle his character, I thought it was very well done. It was very shocking, some scenes with him. And I generally liked his character development. But yeah, and also I liked his rivalry with Billy Butcher and his son, Homelander's son, which has like a really, really heavy role into this season. This season also brings back like the previous characters, like the boys are back. Frenchie and Hughie. They also shine on this season, but it also doesn't have much focus on them. Like I would have loved to see more of Hughie in action in the second season of The Boys. But overall, I liked it. I think they also developed their characters a little bit more. Also, I think the show in general developed the characters from several other side characters like the Deep, and basically. Also like focuses more on the relationship between Starlight and Hughie, and like basically Starlight starting to realize like, hey, maybe I should help these guys who are trying to take down the Seven and Vought and all that, because they're not really the best of people and they have too much control. So also it deals a lot of those themes like corporation control of the citizens and all that kind of stuff. So that's something I really enjoyed about this season. Like, it handles like some really important themes, like how celebrities are viewed in the media and the public eye, and basically how everything is kind of like for show, to make money and basically gain more power, but also deals with how they abuse that power in order to do some really nasty stuff. So we get to see a lot of that, and that's something I really appreciated. The humor is also great. I really enjoy the dark humor of The Boys. I think this is like really well handled, the way they handle dark humor, and some really intense scenes, especially with violence. There's a scene involving a whale, which you'll know when you see it, that is extremely funny, just like for the shock value. And it's just full of scenes like that. It's a really entertaining show. Maybe that kind of humor is not for everybody, but for me personally, I really enjoy that kind of humor. Extreme shocking, kind of like in the Jackass films. Like, they rely on that kind of humor. That's something I really like. And The Boys really shines in that aspect of humor and entertainment factor. But also, yeah, that's like a really big part of the show, and I think it really shines in season 2. But yeah, like overall, it's really entertaining. It's really good. You'll have a great time watching it, and I feel like the plot follows well with the entertainment. Like it's not just stuff that happens out of nowhere. Like, the plot is also really well constructed, and it shines more of this in the season, especially with the new characters introduced, such as Stormfront and Giancarlo Esposito's character. I forgot about his name, but he's like really more. He takes more of a leading antagonist role. So we'll have to see how his character, comes around in season 3. which will be really, really interesting. And I love where they're taking the story. And I'll probably read the comics to catch up, if I'm being honest. In conclusion, The Boys Season 2 really keeps up with the momentum of the first season. It explores a lot of different areas in this universe, and it keeps on the entertainment going. I really enjoy where this is going, and I really enjoy a lot of these characters, and I hope nothing horrible happens to them, because from what we see in this second part, like, a lot of them suffer some really heavy stuff. But anyways, I think it's a great season, not as good as season 1. The first one really captivated me from the beginning. It had a lot of more memorable moments, but, it's still good. It still keeps up the pace. So anyways, that's all for today. I think I'm going to give The Boys Season 2 an 82 out of 100. It's really well produced too. I think it's one of the best produced shows in the last decade too. The production value is really good, and it has a lot of scenes that really show how much effort Amazon is putting into the show. But anyways, that's everything for today. See you later. Have a nice day, everybody.